Sergeant in charge. Welcome back, people. Welcome back to BBK Sports. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are watching from. Thank you for letting BBK Sports be a part of your day, evening, noon, or night. Wherever you are watching from, big up. Because BBK Sports is watched in South Africa and the UK and Jamaica and Germany. And yeah, so big up to every single one of you who constantly support the channel. Big up to Sabby Pinky. Big up to my legend, my mod, that is AJ. Big up to BX Gunner in the building. The prediction was on, Prediction was on. I don't know why I got excited and changed it. But I could have won. Could have won some money on the Arsenal. This one was off. Man, 4-4. What a game. What a match. What a thriller. You see that damn Dortmund defending, yeah? That damn Dortmund defending is one of the reasons why I was not high on Benjamin Sesko. Because when you live in Germany and you watch some of these games and you see how some of these men defend in Germany, it's criminal. 30 seconds left on the clock, and you're letting a free cross come into your box. And 3 defenders are online. 3 on the one attacker gets free. Dortmund. This right here was brown envelope settings. I had 2-0. Marseille should have did better there, but that was not a pen for me. I'm sorry. That was some Florentino Perez madness, saying I'm sorry to the FA for giving Carvajal a red card. So here's a goal to make up for it. That was bad. Got this one wrong as well. I could have changed all these numbers and pretend like I got the scores right. But no, I got this one wrong. I thought Villarreal would do something. I thought Nico Pepe would turn up to the toilet bowl and do something. But nah, he was dead. 2-2. Nah, 1-0 to the Spurs. Ugh. But today, these are the predictions that I have for today. Yeah. I got Bayern. I got Harry Kane running ragged on Chelsea. I got this as a draw. I got PSG fisting up Atalanta, and this is tomorrow's game. I got 1-0 City scraping by their former KDB, and I also have Barcelona punching up Newcastle. Jordy Dredd, I'm sorry. And I also have, big up to my brother, the Waffle Don, Galatasaray beating Frankfurt. But let me big up some of the legends in the chat here as well. We got AJ saying good morning, man. Good. Yeah, it's just past 6. I got not physical therapy is over. I got to see the physio this morning where they're going to take like new x-rays of the knee, make sure the screws are where they're supposed to be. And then they'll make a recommendation whether I can get out of this damn walking boot or this brace. Alvin's in the building. Sabi Pinky, the first lady. The BBK All-Star is here. Hope you are good. BX Gunner, my G, what you saying? Big up, man, like Cav in the building. Hope you are good, my bro. 3 points and we move, but we'll get into all of it. Based on some of the channels, you would thought we lost the match this weekend. Hey, more to follow. There is the link for the Reg Chris podcast. Yeah, you did, Sabby. You did say it was 2-0. You know what? I'm going to start consulting you. I see the hearts. I'm going to start consulting you whenever I make a bet, make a predictions. But yeah, people, the super subs came on and did the business. And the apologist merchants, they waste no time, because on Saturday after we won, it was apologize to Nana Madueke. And right after the game, it was apologize to Martinelli. And I'm like, yo, how? How? I actually got said this is the net was still shaking, people. The net was still shaking. And this was in my inbox.
Gabriel Martinelli. Gavi. ¡Gol! Se acabó.
Yeah, apologize to Gabriel Martinelli for like how many stickers can you put in, and then you score a goal, and we're supposed to be like, oh, nah. When you score, when you play well, you will be praised accordingly. When you don't, you will be criticized. That's what happens in elite sport, isn't it? That's what happens. But it's all good. It's all good. Back into the comments for us. Big up to G Wills. Yeah, big up to you, man. Big up to Cap every single time. Pepe ain't doing Arteta no favor. Big up to Paris, man. Them said views. Big up to my brother views, man. My brother views. I don't know who got those memberships that I gifted over there this morning, but I hope it was some good people. I hope it wasn't one of the trolls that popped up into. I hope it wasn't one of the Madueke apologist merchants, the people who are demanding apologies for not in Madueke's performance. Like apologies for the apology things it just needs to stop. The apologist. Yeah. I'll get into that in a minute. 9 a.m. on my side. Morning blunt is in the air. Hey, cheers, my guy. Cheers to hey, that's BX gonna live in the good life, Good life. Big up to Wahaha, the number one Man United fan around these parts. What this guy's will tell you if I got a few loose screws. Hey, I can deal with the loose screws in the knee, not up here. As long as they're down there, they can cut it back open and tighten them, yeah? Oh my days. Martinelli picked a good match to shine finally. He shines against Spanish teams, yeah? He does that. He does that. And here's the thing, right? In this capacity, Martinelli and Trossard are useful. We're just talking about Villarreal versus Spurs. Let's take it back to that game when Gyökeres banged. Then Havertz came on when we were 2-0 up and made it 3-0 when he picked up the ball from the halfway line, made his mind up that he was going to score, and did so. In that capacity, he is useful. When we're up 2-0 and we're flying high, he can go extend the lead and put some daylight between us and them. He's useful that way. In this capacity yesterday, Martinelli and Trossard are actually useful as super subs. How many times have we seen Trossard be an impact sub away at Villa last year, away at this team, away at that team? Then he comes back, gets the start, and makes a mess of it. Completely shits the bed. We've seen it over and over again. Martinelli in this capacity is useful. When he comes on in the 70th minute, 75th minute, against tired legs, he's useful. Very, very useful. Because he has speed, he has pace, and he is motivated. Now you see that you can sit out the team, see the team win 3-0, 5-0 without you, and you sit there and it lights a fire in you, and you come back and you do well. That same logic can be used for this other guy that plays for us that doesn't really play well. Where's the number 8? Where's the captain armband? He should let his time out of the squad, albeit injured, while he's out of the squad. Look at how the squad is performing without him, and it light a fire upon him. That's what I'm hoping. Big up to Ramba Kanamba. No apologies warranted. They haven't won anything for Arsenal. Hey. Nah, brother. We're supposed to just be happy clappers now and just shut up and get behind the team. It gets annoying at times with them, man. BX Gunner, with all the respect, that goal doesn't undo the last 2 years. Yeah. There's too much. The goals are too far between. They're too few and far between. And the performances. That you can't give us 12 sticky performance. Give us one good one, and then he's good. He should be. Nah, they don't work. Big up to Nems. Big up to Nems, bro. I hope you are good. Had a chance to check you all out earlier on Views on Sport. I do agree with you, Nems, about the domestic double. Because most of the men, and that's the thing, they think everyone who wants more for the club on this side always agree on things. I disagree with on so many issues with Shane, with Rashid, with the catch up. There are plenty of things that I disagree with. Because the domestic double is enough for me. It's not enough for a lot of people. Some people say he has to win one of the majors. I think Ozzy says he has to win one of the majors. He does a domestic double, I'll be quiet. But because I can't sit here every day and be like, we're not winning trophies. Then he delivered 2 trophies. And then I'm giving him stick. What can happen, though, is that this can turn into another 5 years of no trophies. It just can't happen. I'm good with the goal and the assists. I'm not whining about the last 2 years. Oh, I hear it. Yeah, I never thought you were. But that's what we do, BX Gunner. Kind of, we get carried away. It's like because people really like Martinelli, right? He came to us as a kid and he was banging as a kid, and people really are rooting for him and want him to kick on. But wanting him to kick on is one thing, but to completely ignore his form and his performances is a whole nother thing. Especially when we have better options that can play in that position or can start in that position. Like, there will be games where he's useful, and yesterday was one of them. So perfect squad player, exactly, and that's what I'm here for. Perfect squad player. You see it in the thumbnails. Squad depth SC. Squad depth. Now, let's touch on the game for a second. It seems like there were a lot of fans who were surprised that the atmosphere was what it was. And I could tell that the fans who say that really don't travel through Europe a lot. They must watch soccer here in the States, or they just stay in the FA, in the EFL, Premier League, and that. But out in Germany, because when I lived in Germany, I made it a point to go to as many stadiums throughout Europe as I could. The Nou Camp, Bernabeu, San Siro, Deutsche Bank Park, Signal Laguna Park, where Dortmund plays, the Allianz Arena. Been to quite a few. I've been to that tiny little stadium they have in Mallorca where the Mallorca team plays. The atmosphere is in Europe, even the Parc des Princes. The atmosphere in Europe is different. They can bring shit into the stadiums that you can't in the UK, like the flares and the drums and they do a madness. So the atmosphere was great for Bilbao. And I was shocked. I was a little surprised at just how organized. I was shocked at how organized they were to begin with, because in the first 20 minutes, we couldn't get into their half. They were so organized, cutting off our passing lanes, pushing us back. Raya had like twice as many touches as Gyökeres did in like the first 15 minutes of the game. I was like, wow, these men are actually very, very organized. And then I remember at the end of yesterday's stream, I was like, do we have any concerns of Ernesto Valverde? Because he's a good coach, and he proved that. This is the guy that took over from Barcelona after Luis Enrique. Luis Enrique, big shoes to fill, and he did a back-to-back. He took over in 2017, and he won La Liga in 2017-18. Also won the Copa del Rey, did a double, and retained the title in 18-19 as well. So very, very good manager, and he gave us a problem to solve yesterday. Now, big up that we actually solved it. We actually solved the problem, but that it was difficult in the end. But in that capacity, where our super subs can link up and give us a goal and an assist each, big him up every single time. Gabriel Wibody, anyone, friend or foe, yeah, we need to keep him away from our attackers. My God. How do you put your forehead in the back of somebody's head and they leave damaged and you leave unscratched? Is man's forehead made of concrete? Our number 6 is handing out stitches. It's a mad one. Yeah, man. Big up to you, Nems. Yeah, and I agree with the cups. I get a domestic cup, domestic double. I'm calm. Just can't be one. This team is built to win a major. No excuses left. We have to win now and take full advantage to capitalize. I hear it, BX Gunner, not entirely sold on the cup double. And that's fair. That's fair. I'll give you no pushback. I will not. I'm not here to change anybody's mind about it. What I'm saying is it's good enough for me. At the end of the season, if we don't lift one of the majors, we can't be walking away empty-handed. If I got my 2 hands full running out, and some would argue that the FA Cup is a major, right? Because we have teams that flex their treble. Right? If you're going to flex the treble, the FA Cup is a part of the treble. So you could make an argument that the FA Cup is a major. But he does a domestic double. I'm here for it. Big up to man like Suj in the building, locked in. Big up to you, Suj, every single time. Say big up, Tyron. Hit the like and subscribe. You heard the man. Big up to Suge every single time. You absolute legend of a man. Big up to you, bro. Where we at? Where we at? G. Will said, "Did you see Arteta shouting at Eze to go wide? Man playing Eze as a left back. That's his game. He is a central player. Sorry for the kid. Teta is the most spiteful manager I've ever seen." And I didn't see that. But I don't think we'll get the best out of Eze having him hug the touchline. I don't. But I kind of want to. What I've noticed, right? I've noticed that Ethan Wanieri, there are two conditions have to be met before he plays. The first condition is we have to be at home. The second condition is Martin Odegaard has to get injured for him to play. Because the only two times that he's played this season has been at home when Martin Odegaard has gotten injured. And then he has opted for the Liverpool midfield, if you will, in quotation marks, with the 3 DMs. And they can try to spin this narrative to make Mikel Moreno sound like he's not a DM, like he's an attacking. No, he's a defensive midfield. He is not. He's not a 10. He's not a Frank Lampard 8. He's a CM. He's a classic CM, a classic central midfielder. That's what he is. Okay, that's what the Spanish Federation typically produces anyway, right? That's what he is. But it seems like Ethan only plays when Odegaard is injured, and that can't happen. That cannot happen. Odegaard was out of the squad. Most of us were expecting Ethan to play, especially in a European game, where we know there was going to be space there. Yeah. It was Eze. I'm not going to give Eze too much slack. It was his first UCL game, and it could be a little bit of nerves there, even though he's 27. It's a big moment for him, but I think he did well in the second half. There was some good link-up play there in the second half of the first half as well. I think Declan also did well after picking up a yellow card early, even though he's playing a position that's uncomfortable because he just doesn't have the tech when that ball is coming at him fast and he needs to make a quick touch and a quick turn and release it. But he did well in a cleanup role after picking up a yellow and still had to play 90 minutes. Gabriel, apart from knocking out our striker, did Gabriel things. Bosquera. We'll get on to him in a second. It's no longer Mosquera. It's Bosquera. That boy is doing a madness. Nem said he can see us doing 1-0 this weekend. I can see that. I mean, it was 1-0 the year before, isn't it? Was that 2023? That Martinelli deflected shot, AJ, we're not losing the Port Vale. So here's the thing. In Port Vale, so you see it in the thumbnail, right? In the thumbnail, it's Squad Depth FC. Now, against Port Vale is when Arsenal will get a chance to flex their squad depth. Not against in a Champions League game, which it showed, right? Because five of our summer signings started yesterday. 7 of them featured, right? Gyökeres, Madueke, Eze, Zubimendi, Mosquera started. 5 started, Nkapie and Norgard came on. So 5 started, 7 featured. The only summer signings that did not feature in yesterday's match was Kepa, right? So the squad depth is there to be seen. However, on Wednesday, on 24 September, is when Arsenal will get a chance to flex their squad depth. And this is what I mean. None of us would be surprised if on Wednesday, before the lineup comes out, when the lineup comes out, we see Kepa in goal, Skelly at left back, Nkapie at left center back, Mosquera at right center back, Benjamin White, an entirely new back 5. One can argue that back 5 can start in Premier League games. In the midfield, you could see Norgard, Ethan, Odegaard. Midfield, an entirely rotated midfield. One could argue could start in a Premier League game. Right wing, Madueke. No. Right wing will be Max Dowman, Martinelli, Trossard across the front line. That's an entirely rotated front 11. I'm starting 11 from back to front. That's when Arsenal can flex their squad depth and say, see? Because our starting 11 could easily be, or should easily be, Raya, Timber, Gabriel Saliba, Calafiori, Zubimendi Rice, Eze, Gyökeres, Saka, Gyökeres. 22 players that could all start Premier League games. So next week, we will see if Arsenal is actually going to flex their Premier League muscle with their squad. Gabriel was captain yesterday. Yeah, he captain boss things, doing boss things back there. He's just, we've gotten so used to him being, Gabriel and just doing Gabriel things. We're like, yo, that's what we expect. Standard performance, 8 out of 10. Big up to him and how he's grown and evolved into that role as the leader of the back line. There was a point yesterday when he gave the ball away. He was trying to split the lines and gave the ball straight to the Bilbao player and then defended it well. Stood up, squared up, didn't commit, didn't launch in. And the ball was kicked out for a corner. As they getting that Pepe treatment already, been under the bus, been forced to play isolated on the wing. I'm 1,000% sure Eze and Gyökeres and Arteta signing. But here's the thing, G Wills. I think Eze is such a baller that he will overcome. Okay? Because Eze is good in those tight spaces in the middle of the park. So on the wing where he's going to be isolated and have even more space, I think he's going to cook whoever is in front of him. The only thing that I worry about is the tracking back part of the winger play in this squad that can burn him out. I am worried about that. There's great cause for concern there. But, I'm breathing, so it's a good day. I hope you good. Yeah, man, we were all good. Big up, Suj. Big up to you, man. Appreciate you and appreciate your support to the channel every single time. This Morena at a 10 is the new party at right back. What's this manager doing? Yeah, that's a pretty slick comparison there, BX Gunner. So now I have to pose the question. Is he going to do this at the weekend? It's a two-part question, really. And the first part of the question is this a pattern of Arteta now? That every big away game that we go to is going to be the 3 DMs. Morena on the 10 thing. Is it a thing now? Because even though it was Bilbao away, in Arteta's head, it was a big game because of the Basque region, whatever. It's our first Champions League game. He knows how the atmosphere was going to be. So it was a big game in some sense. Away, 3 CMs. Is that a pattern? And does he do this at home against City at the weekend? Because I honestly believe if he does this, we do not win. We may not necessarily lose the game, but I don't think we beat City with that midfield that started yesterday. I don't think that midfield will have anything for Foden, Reinders, and the Ballon d'Or winner. I don't. Big up to Dr. Seymour Bus. Who's taking wages? Gyökeres and Eze don't start against City. They must. They must start. But I'm very curious what he does with that number 10 thing. Because surely if he rushes Odegaard back, then more questions will have to be asked. Like, seriously, dude, like, what are you doing? What are you doing with all the attacking depth in our midfield? He's going to choose for Moreno. I don't get it. Even when Odegaard got injured last year, Ethan didn't start. We know Arteta is protecting Martin because he's permanently benched otherwise by Ethan. And and that's the thing, right? I don't know where he's getting off doing that because we've seen captains not start week in, week out. We've seen Fernandinho, captain of Manchester City, not start week in, week out. We see Ilkay Gundogan, who has won the armband many, many times for Man City, not start for long periods of time to where questions were being asked like, is Pep giving up on him? Then he comes in and does a madness in the business end of the season. And who do we think is a better player, Ilkay Gundogan or Martin Odegaard? I'm taking Gundogan every time. And those two players have sat on the bench before. Kevin De Bruyne has been fit and has not started big Premier League games with Manchester City. Like this obsession that Odegaard has to start if he is fit, it's detriment to the team. The whole Eze on the left wing is doing my nuts in. Can he play there? Yes, but it's not his best position. The manager doesn't learn. But when we win, it's very difficult for us to make that argument against the masses when we win, right? And since the season is so early, and we've only lost one game, the sample size isn't big enough for them to realize it yet. They're being blinded by the 4 wins and the 1 loss, right? If we were 2-2 and he was still doing this, maybe they'll start to listen. Maybe the media will start to put a little pressure on him, like, what are you doing playing players out their position? But the fact that we've only lost 1 game and, they frame the loss and they try to polish it up and pretty it up like, oh, it took a worldie from Liverpool to beat us. The truth is, we were never going to win that game. We weren't even trying to. We were playing for a draw, ended up losing the game. So if you ask me, we got what we deserve at Anfield based on what we put out on the field. Big up to G. Wilson. I'll tell you this, Martinelli is a center forward, and that's where he looks most dangerous. Arteta is totally responsible for the decline of Nelly. Yeah, I don't know if he's a starting center forward, though. Big up to Static in the building. In this capacity that he came on yesterday, I think he is useful. Him and Trossard, and even Havertz to an extent. Come on late, see out the game, or extend the lead and put some daylight between us and the opposition. 3 DMs against City and Newcastle. If we win, it's good. But when we start dropping points with the rigid formation, it's going to be a problem. Because it was a problem yesterday. Like, Bilbao was very hard to play through yesterday. There was no one in that middle of the park that could drop their shoulder and get by someone and drag one of their defenders or one of their center backs out of position. There was not. We're going to try to pass through them. And the way they were set up made it very difficult for us to pass through. It was very difficult. But we got the 3 points in the end. So it's one of those ones where, there's a war going on between tactics and this side of the fan base and that side of the fan base. And yesterday, because the 3 points collected away in the Champions League first game, if you're going to argue that the tactics was wrong, you're going to lose that battle because we won the game. The outcome was perfect. So whatever the circumstances were leading up to the outcome, you're going to have a hard time convincing the masses. Or convincing the masses, convincing this guy, convincing KP that the tactics were wrong. Because KP, after Moreno went off to Spain and back to Hattie, man, like KP was like, maybe Mikel was onto something playing Moreno in the 10. No, we lost the game, KP. It wasn't on to shit. So big up to KP every single time. Make sure you tune in to KP today on the Waffle Don's channel. They have a show at trying to get my timer. I think it's 4:30 p.m. UK time. I know it comes on at 10:30 my time. He doesn't really trust the youth in these games. Slot did play Rio in the game against us, but he has to trust. If you don't trust him, don't put him in the squad. Don't. You have to give the youth a chance to play. This thing that they run, right, about you can't play kids because you will kill their confidence, brother. You'll get it back. You will get it back. You have your football career ahead of you. What you mean? A teenager lose their confidence, all of a sudden they go fold. No. They have an entire 15-year career to be resilient. And you think all these men who are at the top of their games now didn't have setbacks when they were coming up. So I don't like when they run that narrative, Rambo. If you don't trust them, don't put him in the damn squad. Eze is very good, so he can play on the left, but his defensive duties attached to the wing position in Arteta's structure will kill him, will therefore give him less output in attack. In my opinion, madness, yeah. It's like asking Mo Salah to track back, isn't it? He does his damage going forward, because I'm sure Hansi Flick don't ask none of that for Lamine Yamal. And our defense is way better than Barcelona's. So it's not like we need our wingers to defend by committee. We're moving in second gear when the manager can really hit fourth, but he's driving with the handbrake on. If he drives with the handbrake on, but he releases it, um, if he releases it in March, April, when we're there or thereabouts, and then we blitz everyone and go on and win it, fair play. But if you drive with the handbrake on and give yourself a deficit that you can overcome, as Dr. Seymour Butts would say, an insurmountable lead, then it's bad tactics, isn't it? Bad tactics. Big up to my bro, the Waffle Don. Sure you check him out earlier. Make sure you check him out later, people. He's got a great show coming up with Cape. The 3DM approach would absolutely be punished by better teams. Yeah, I have a hard time seeing us beating City with that midfield to start. We can end the game with that when we're up 2-0 or whatever, or 2-goal margin. But yeah, you cannot invite pressure on for Man City, and that midfield literally screams, "Bring on pressure." You know, the same idiots are saying we need to manage Ethan minutes. What minutes? Yeah. So I have the 889 minutes programmed in my head for a reason, because that's the amount of minutes he played last year, and I think he plays less minutes this year. And you don't get better at football by not playing it. You don't develop by not playing football. And he must have been given assurances that he was going to play more minutes. That's why he signed a new deal. But Ethan needs to play. And he needs to imagine you put him on against Man City in these big games and he bangs. Right? You put him on against Newcastle and he bangs. So when he gets the West Hams and he gets the Brightons and the teams that typically give us trouble, he's there with it. I've done this. Give me the ball and let me make something happen. Big up to Jambo in the chat. Big up to you, man. Big up to you every single time, my brother. Large and in charge. Don't like it either. If you're good enough, you're old enough. Yeah, brother. You're talking to someone. I guess I look through the lenses a little differently, because it's very hard doing what I do for a living and then look at these footballers through pure lenses, isn't it? Because I've led 17 and 18-year-old young men into war. And at some point I was that 17 and 18. And the 17 and the 18-year-olds that I was leading weren't making $50,000 a week. Shit, they weren't making $50,000 a year. And you want to tell me you can't put an 18-year-old who's that talented on a football pitch for 90 minutes because you're going to destroy his career, destroy his life? Move your bum buckle. No, we're not hearing that, man. Football was on to play football. Let the boy play. Where we at? Big up to Kwaja. Hope you are well, my bro. Manners and respect every time. Big up to Suge. Hear me out. It's a long day since the 2:45 a.m. kickoff. Against City, Raya and the back four stay. Then play Zubi, Eze in the 10, Marino in the 8, Noni, Gyökeres, Martinelli. Rice needs a break. He's looking tired. Yeah. You know what? I actually thought Declan should have been taken off at halftime yesterday, Suge. I thought his touches were heavy. I thought the tech in that midfield that the Spanish boys were showing, the touch and go, and in the tight spaces, the bang play was giving him trouble. I think you'll get the best version of Declan Rice if you put him and Zubimendi as sitting midfielders behind Eze or behind Ethan. That he will do madness. He will do absolute madness. But yeah, I think there will be times, and I've said this before, I want us to be able to sit Declan Rice and still feel a strong team, but now it looks like we absolutely need to. I don't know if he's tired or what it is, but I think Shane had touched on it earlier on in the predictions going forward when he said, yeah, Declan Rice will be doing a lot of running this year as he tried to pull Zubimendi into the fold of how Arsenal Football Club plays football. But yeah, I hear this, Suge. I absolutely hear this shout. Big up to the assembled. Hope you are good, sir. What you telling us? What's your prognosis of the game? I'm sure you caught it. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I am worried about the lineup against City. And now it seems like every damn week now, as we go forward, we're looking at the lineup like, hey, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? And I don't know if that works to our advantage or not. In some games it will, because it kind of eliminates the predictability a little bit, right? But yeah. But I also want to give some love, right? I have to give some love to Mascara. Now, I was on Rashid's channel a couple weeks ago and I said I want Madueke to make Bakaya Saka uncomfortable coming back into the squad, because then he would have banged, he would have played well, and he would have helped us win games, which he has. But we can take that same energy of consistency and we can put it across our back line. And now that we have a Saliba who is training to the point where he was on the bench yesterday, so he's available for selection. Because had something happened to Mascara yesterday, he would have came on probably. Now, it seems like it's going to make Saliba coming back into the squad looks a little uncomfortable, and I'm here for it. I love it, because it's Bosquera. He has played damn near 90 minutes at Anfield, played 90 minutes against Forest, and then yesterday, absolute class. Absolute class. Our center back depth now I've seen Hincapié on international duty, this past international duty, because I didn't watch him much in Germany, because I left Germany in 2023. But I went and watched him for international fixtures against Paraguay and against Brazil. And the boy looks good. He played one game at left back. He played one game at center back. He looks outstanding. But this damn Mascara, have we seen him put a foot wrong yet? Even in the Forest game, when that bar that hit the ball that hit the bar, I think someone had a miss kick and he came across and he had to clean that up, and he did it effortlessly. He's one of them guys that look like he loves to defend. What a signing. That guy. Yeah, confident. To the point where I'm sitting there like, yeah, Saliba, rest your ankle a little longer, brother. Right? Rest your ankle a little longer. And who starts against City? Who starts against Manchester City on Sunday? Is it Mascara or Saliba? No one will cry with either name on the team sheet. Because if we see Mascara start on Sunday, we're like, okay, he deserves it. He's based on merit. But if we see Saliba's name on the team sheet, we're like, oh shit, it's Willie. This is the man that's bodied Haaland many, many times. This is the dude that was keeping clean sheets against Mbappe when he was at Nice and Saint Etienne in France. So either way, it's calm. Either way. Big up to Kev. So depth can't be a bad thing. And it's not predicting the lineup is easy. So only means some positions have multiple options that wouldn't mind us using. Yeah. Center backs. It's one of the, we can close our eyes and pick our back line and it'll be okay. Because like I said earlier, against Port Vale, if we start Kepa, Ben White, Mascara, Hincapié, and Skelly, everyone thinks that's good enough to keep a clean sheet or win the game or not concede or do enough, whatever it is, to move on to the next round of the EFL Cup. And I'm sure Cape, could make the argument that back line could start Premier League games. Arsenal have a set of players who have problems trapping cement. Yeah, Deckers did take some heavy touches. And that's the thing with heavy touches. When you take heavy touches in the middle of the park, that's how you end up getting booked. Because Declan has so much fight in him. Whenever he takes a bad touch or he loses the ball, he's not going to stand around and wait for someone else to get it back for him. He morphs into N'Golo Kante and just be hunting. Be like, give me that ball back. And that's a quality that I like. He's a bad boy. Bad boy. I love what I'm seeing from him. So, in the event that Saliba he's feeling something in the ankle still, but he can go against City, and he's like, no, if I wait another week, then I'll be fully at 100%. Then you wait and you go at 100%. Because I think away at Anfield, when he wasn't even expected to start, probably didn't even expect to play, and Saliba goes down in the 3rd minute. Away at Anfield, he did the madness. And I think that's a tougher environment than the Emirates with Holland. Even though it's Holland, you're at home and you have 60,000 people behind you. We are on 11 likes. We're on 11 likes. We got 22 watching. Can we get to 20 likes, people? Can we get the like count closer? Big up to all the silent listeners. Appreciate you. Appreciate every single one of you checking in. Big up to man like Static. Static said Muscari is good, but he needs to keep improving. There's a long way to go this season. I hear it. I hear the cautious optimism in our brother Static. Big up to Static every single time. I hope you're good, bro. Yeah. I really and people make sure you are following Static. Static does like post-match analysis, like quick snippets, but he puts them on his Instagram. But yeah, he's a great follow. So make sure you check out our brother Static. Check out his thoughts and opinions on the games. First half players weren't great. He did make a few mistakes. I didn't see him put a foot wrong, to be fair. But and he will learn from them. Yeah, if you can make your mistakes and still pick up clean sheets and clean 3 points away, I'm here for it. In the Port Vale game, I want to see some major changes. I want Gabriel, Rice, Timber, Zuby, Marine arrested. Yeah, I hear it. Yeah, we can start a whole new 11. Actually, that's what I want to see. I want to see Kepa, Skelly, and Capier, Mosquera, Benjamin White. That's what I want to see for our back line. For our midfield, I want to see Odegaard, because I think he will be back by then. I want to see Odegaard, Norgard, and Ethan. Then I want to see Max, Strassard, Martinelli. And all these big guns on the bench. Every single one of them. Because we are not doing the Man United. We are not doing the Grimsby thing. No, I'm sorry. We can't. We can't. He was in North London yesterday, wasn't he? I heard there were massive boos. I know those boos are probably twice as loud being an Arsenal player, plus that other madness, a former Arsenal player. Raya, I got you. I see it. Yeah, well, Raya, there's no way Raya starts against Port Vale. The Assemble said, question, at any time Madueke went past his opponent, in my opinion, he never actually had the ball under control, which affects his final ball. So here's the thing. I hear it, but the good thing is he's getting past him. Something that we're not used to seeing on the other side. Right? Saka gets past his man with ease the way Saka does it. Saka doesn't do a step over. Saka's game is he shields the ball so well and he takes what the defense gives him. So if the defender goes outside, he goes inside and just glides past him. And if the defender goes inside and shows him outside, he blasts down the wing and squares the ball with his right foot, which is good. But Madueke does get past his guy with a lot more frequency than Martinelli does. And that I can appreciate. And I also can appreciate that he keeps going at him and going at him and going at him. So in the 70th minute, because you've been running all over the place and you've been getting ran ragged, when Martinelli comes on with pace, you have a hard time tracking him. Been impressed with Musquera. It makes me wonder why this manager played Saliba when he apparently in the warm-up twisted his ankle. Apparently Saliba told him that he could go. Looks like you were right about Musquera. Now it's not even about being right, Ledge. I thought you were being harsh. I just thought you were being harsh. That's when I jumped in the comment section and I was like, hey, I think you're being a little harsh on Musquera. Away at Anfield, did well for himself. Big him up. If he is this good at 21 as a center back, because most center backs don't hit their peak until they're 26, 27. So I'm here for it. I'm here for all his good performances and what he can bring to the table moving forward. But big up to Ledge. Big up to Bay Ledge Sports. Yes, people, make sure that you also go check out. There we go, AJ. Big up to AJ. Already got the link in the chat. Another fantastic Arsenal content creator. Musquera was good, but Holland is different level beast, says G Wills. Not sure how that will go down. Yeah, but G Wills, I've also seen Van Hickey and Lewis Dunk keep Holland quiet at Brighton. Brighton won the game. Like Brighton went down 2-1 and came back and beat City 2-1. Now, and that's the thing. It's not just Mascara gonna be sitting there by himself. Like Saliba's not gonna take it. Not Gabriel is not gonna take the day off. Gabriel is gonna be right there on the pitch, as well. So Holland can try to muscle up Mascara all he wants to. Gabriel will be right there as well. So, well, would I prefer Saliba start against Holland? Probably, because I've seen him keep him quiet many a times. But I guess what I'm saying is on Sunday, an hour before kickoff, if I see Mascara's name on the team sheet, I'm gonna be like, well deserved. This is your performance. Your performances have been stellar. You've earned another start. Because we've seen many men on the damn team sheet after not so impressive performances under this manager. Sood says, I'm impressed with what I've seen from Mascara, but I'll say the back line is all about partnerships and units. The back four is playing well as a unit. Fair. But, with Mascara, if you are part of fitting in with a back line and functioning as a unit requires a certain level of quality. Because I guarantee you, if we put Harry Maguire in this back line, we look like shit. Even though the rest of the unit will be good, So he has a certain level of quality that I think needs to be praised. That was a 2-0 game. Bilbao, we defended well. Yeah, I think we really defended well. Saka basic but better end product. But the basics matter, Caps. The basics are important because the basics is one of the things that I criticize Martinelli for. Basics or fundamentals. I call them fundamentals, right? The fundamentals of a footballer. The basic fundamentals. Martinelli doesn't have it. One of the basic fundamentals as a footballer, hold your head up. He looks down. Looking down at the ball because he doesn't trust his touch, doesn't trust his feel. So he has to physically look where the ball is. Go look at the best dribblers that you've ever seen with the ball. The Ronaldinos and the Neymars of the world, and look where their head is while they're gliding down the pitch. That's why it looks like they're gliding, because they don't have to look down on the ball. All they see is grass. They see all the obstacles because it's a feel. Some of the drills that I had to do when I used to play football, I'm not sure Martinelli could have passed any of those drills the way he runs with his head down. Big up to Red. Big up to Rory. Hope you are good, bro. Said big up, bro. Arteta got himself out of jail. Yeah, I heard you say that in your match reaction. I tuned into your match reaction yesterday. So credit for that. But I beg we don't see that midfield again. Otherwise, he's not learning from last season when he went Trossard in the 10. So if he overthinks this and say, oh, Martinelli and Trossard linked up well from the 70th minute on to win a game away at Bilbao, let me try this formula in the Premier League at home, then I think he's getting it wrong. Because I really don't think, I just don't. I've seen enough starts from Trossard to know that he is best in this capacity when he comes on as a super sub. Halamo goes past players. He relies on service. That's true. He cut off the supply line, and we'll see how it goes. The difference is these men are going to be angry since we slapped them last season. Yeah, I'm sure when the fixture list came out, this was one of the games that the Man City players looked at and said, hey, we're going to the Emirates. These men embarrassed us last year. We got something for them. And I'm like, oh, yeah, they might have something for us. Mascara never got exposed in the games he played with so many fridges in front of him, but he does look good so far. Hey, Wahaha is a tough grader, City gonna be trying to cheat, win penalties. Hey, I guess we got to prepare for that then. The players have to prepare for that. Hey, when men get in the box, don't get anywhere near him. Waffle, what I don't understand is Arteta is supposed to be a great coach, but they seem to lack composure on the ball. Nem says 1-0 Arsenal for me versus City. I'm here for it. think I have a different prediction though, but I'm here for it. I'm here for the 1-0. Cap says Mascara should start, plus Saliba ain't signed a new contract. If you don't sign, I'm on the record as saying if you don't sign, sell him. Birch is a mad dribbler too, is he? I think his best attributes is passing out the back. I mean, passing, breaking the lines, and that. Big up to James Bond. Yo, dog, you used to play for your high school in Jamaica, Manning Cup. Now I played the Costa Cup. I left St. Catherine High School in grade 10. So I never got to I wasn't good enough to make the Manning Cup side. Now we had guys my age who played for the Costa Cup and the Manning Cup side, but I wasn't one of them. But yeah, I used to kick ball, man. So I've played there. I've played for First Touch Football Club here in Washington. I've played for Reno United back in North Carolina, and I played for Calton Brun FC in Germany, in Schlitt, Germany. So those are the 4 major football programs that I was involved in. So big up, James Bond. Big up to you, bro. Glad the algorithm found you. Appreciate you checking in. See what competition does for places. The bench players were hungry to impress. That part. So this is why I want Odegaard sitting. This is why I want him sitting. Even if his shoulder is healed, he don't need to feature against City. He needs to sit, and then you start him at Port Vale hungry so he can bag a hat trick or have 3 assists. And we move on comfortably because I want a strong side. Because we can't be like squad depth FC. Our squad is good. Well, our second unit should be good enough to put a couple past Port Vale. Put the hungry men on. Put Max on. Put Ethan on. Skelly. Nkapie. Start Trossard in the false 9 or the 9. Martinelli. Start him. And let's do the business. I'm here for it. Absolutely here for it. Apparently Arteta was having a go at Eze for passing the ball forward. Do you know if that is true? I heard someone said it again earlier, but I don't. You know what? I think Eze is just good enough to overcome any obstacle that Arteta will put in front of him. I just think he is so good, man. It's the closest. So during the summer, the reason why I wanted Rodrigo instead of all these other left wingers who we've been named with, because I've always said, like Bobby Perez, that's the level. That's what's on the left-hand side of our damn football pitch the last time we won the league. And since then, it was Alexis, right? Eze might be the guy on the left side of our pitch since Alexis that make us get on the edge of our seats whenever he gets on the ball. And I think he's going to cook against Man City, whether he's left 10 or out wide, as long as we get the ball to him early, not the slow build-up stuff when the defense gets to reset. Whenever Deckers breaks up the play, which he's really good at, especially against Man City, he gets the ball to Zubimendi, bang to Eze. Gyökeres is already in the box in spaces. Because we've all said this Man City defense is not, what it is, what it used to be, or it can be got at. So let's get at it. Arteta doing Arteta things. Big up to Bay. He said, hit the likes, people. What are we on with the likes? Where are we at? Let me have a view at the likes. We usually average 20. We're on 15. Maybe we can get there. Big up to Ryan. Hope you are good, bro. Ryan, did Ryan tell us what part of these United States you checking in from? Are you on you on the West Coast? Because I'm out west, bro. But big up to you, man. Big up to you every single time. Yeah, it's tough. I don't know what the level of competition is now in the Da Costa Cup, but back then it was tough. But that's what it is. The league was tough. We were tough. That's why we see some of these fouls now. You're like, well, that's not a foul. And the pitches, the quality of the pitches that we used to play on, because in the middle of the pitch didn't even have grass, because there was one field we played cricket and football on the same pitch. So the cricket crease was right there, and it was hard packed dirt that we used to fall on sometimes. It's a mad one. But big up to James Bond still. Big up to you, bro. Making sure that you're hitting the subscribe on the channel while you're here with us. Big up to Godfrey. Godfrey and the legendary Godfrey checking in all the way from across the world. So he did yell at him. Oh man, Arteta doing Arteta things. St. Catherine High and Jose Martin give JC some hard games. The Manning Cup and the Costa Cup. Yeah, yeah. JC, man, they had them damn JC Casey had some damn ballers. And them dudes were, I'm starting to think some of those dudes from Jamaica College were like, some of them men were not of age, bro. Some of them men looked like they had kids. You know, we were 14 and 15 and 16 years old playing. Some of them men looked like they were 22 that were playing for JC. And we would body them sometimes. You know, this guy, man. This damn guy. Hey, Views, don't do this, brother. Don't do this, bro, because we're going to get into a gift shootout. Big up to my brother Views, man. Big up to my bro Views. We're gonna get into a membership shootout, my brother. But you didn't have to do that, man. But big up to you every single time, man. Every single time. Yeah, I had to get you some members this morning, man, because you know it's the content is top notch and it's free. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying competence gets compensated. So I have to make them man members. So when you do your members only stream, they will consider staying permanent members to Views on Sport. He was screaming at him, get to the wing when Eze was tucking in. So Eze, like naturally, he's gonna, that's instinct in it. Because that's where he played for Palace. Left 10. It was him next to Sarr behind Mateta. So he wasn't hugging the touchline. It didn't have chalk on his boots. So naturally, when you play where you play and you're so good at being in this space, obviously you're gonna drift to where you're most comfortable. You know, I'm here for it. Alexis was cold, bro. Between 2015 and 2017, best winger in the league. The only winger in the league that could chat the Alexis on performances was Hazard. And you know, but man was cold, man. Cold. Big up to Nems. In my opinion, Arteta is like a lot of the fan base. Don't trust him. Do not trust them. Yeah, man. Big up to my brother Views, man. Legend of a guy. Where we at? Views. I'm out and about. Had to show love, my bro. Hey, man. Views is one of them dudes, just a genuine brother, you know, clean-hearted dude, like we say in Jamaica. Man, heart clean. So big him up every single time. So yeah, I don't think it's a big deal who starts. Saliba versus Bosquera. That's what I'm calling him. BOSS Skera. He's the boss of that back line yesterday, man. You know, I'm gonna give him the props that he needs. Not gonna get carried away. You know, Hooks was saying that Mosquera is the best ball passing center back in the league. I'm like, I'm not putting any of that on him. I just think he is a really good center back, a fantastic signing based on what I've seen so far. And I think he has deserved to keep his place. You know, I think he's deserved to keep his place. So big him up every single time. Oh man, no, listen, Godfrey, man. Godfrey gifted another membership. The whole chat's gonna be members here in a second. Big up to you, Godfrey. Always been here supporting the channel from day one, man. I hope you are well, my bro. Please tell us that you are. Big up to Gunner for Life 82 said, big up, Tyron. Hope you are well, man. I am good, man. I am good. I go get my final scan and x-ray this morning for my ACL that's healing. Hopefully I get some good news and I can start putting some high impact runs and get back in shape and get back on the pitch. Bosquera is crazy. He is, man. We'll call him Bosquera. 21 years old. And that's the thing, right? Defenders, when Saliba played a preseason game for us with MK Dons back in like 2020, I knew then that he was the real deal. Like sometimes you don't need 15, 16 games. Sometimes you know it when you see it, right? You see like these reels and these stories of men like Mourinho talking about the first time they saw R9, or Carlo telling stories about the first time he saw Ricky Kaká. Like, bro, first time I saw this kid, I knew he had to play. When I saw Saliba play back in against MK Dons in that preseason game, before he went on that third loan, I was like, this kid is real. I saw the same things about Timber when Timber played. I was like, this Timber guy, Now Timber is finally getting his flowers. And which is right, because people were hesitant about giving him his flowers before he showed that he's the same Timber after the ACL. But big up to AJ. Say, Tyron, I can be completely honest. I am tired. The argument is getting stronger and toxic. Yeah, man. But it must be had. Even if we lose the arguments or we lose the fight, we must fight, right? Because we have one common goal in mind for the Arsenal. Soscara, I tell you, man, Wahaha grades tough, Man, big up to the community. Someone just gifted me a membership. Thank you. So yeah, man, that was Views. That was Brother Views, or it was Godfrey. Godfrey gifted 1, Views gifted 5. So I'm not sure who, but either one, legends of the community, make great content. But big up to you, bro. Hope you are good. Yeah, man. Yeah, as long as this screws. So they did the surgery, right? And when they cut you open, they give you that form you have to sign. Like, if we go inside your knee and we see some other shit wrong, we got to fix it. So that's what happened when they were repairing the ACL. They saw that because I was diagnosed with runner's knee. Part of my damn kneecap had broken off, and they took pictures of the scope and was just floating around in there. So they put it back in place and they put 4 screws in it. So that's what holding up my recovery, because those screws have to set and they have to make sure that they stay in place, so they don't have to go back in there. So that's what it is for me. But yeah, it's a slow burn. It's a slow burn. Yeah, man, we'll definitely keep you posted, because I can't wait. Every Saturday when I drive by the pitch and I see these men playing ball, it hurts, man. I want to get back out there and kick Timber. No rat back in the league. I'm taking over him. And I said that last year when Trent was here. I don't even care if Reece James is fit, fat, and firing. I'm still taking Timber as my right back. I'm pretty sure back in the day, and Wahaha can testify to this, no Man United fan would trade Roy Keane. We wouldn't trade Patrick Vieira. We don't care which one you say is the better player. What Vieira was doing for us, what Keane was doing for them, cool. What Timber is doing for us, I'm not trading him for any right back. Maybe Hakimi. Maybe Hakimi. Hakimi want to come to the carpet? That's the conversation. But the rest of them motherfuckers, nope. We're good with Timber. Bournemouth manager. Adoni Iraola. Yeah, I rate him. I think he has good tactics. And I think tactics does travel. Whether you're at a small club or a big club. You have tactics, it will work. What position do I play? I'm a 6. Like, I sit right in front of the back 4. Now, like back in the day, I used to be the 6 that bombed forward. But I play my best football when I get the ball and I have a defense and runners off of me, on the half turn. And that's probably how I jacked up my ACL, because I'm right-footed. So when I go receive the ball, I usually plant my left leg and turn, a lot of torque on it. And I've done that for 30-something years. I've done my army fitness exercises for 20-something years. And for 18 of those 20-something years, I'm jumping out of airplanes on my knees with, hundreds of pounds on my back. The knees there's a lot of mileage on these knees. So they just kind of gave out after a while. But yeah, that's my best position. But big up to you for asking that question. Timber is certainly the best right back in the league. Taking none over him. None whatsoever. That boy is a boss. Now, speaking of bosses, the boss has the decision to make, right? Because sometimes opportunity present themselves in not the flatterest of form, man. Sometimes opportunities will present themselves in the form of an injury. Sometimes opportunities present themselves in someone losing their life. That's what happens, right? Opportunities don't always come pretty wrapped up in a gift box. Now the manager now has an opportunity on how he's going to manage his captain. Now you can take Martinelli out of the squad because he's not playing well, and put him in after he has a stint on the bench, and then he comes in motivated and he bangs. Now, if you can apply that same logic to Odegaard and let Odegaard sit, because he's out of form, we're not going to pretend like he's been playing well. He's been stinky for the better part of 2 years. And people, your subordinates, your peers, even your seniors will respect you. You can be harsh, but you have to be fair. If you are harsh and you're fair, they will respect it. Because Odegaard is in no position to argue for a starting position right now. So if the manager benches him and he comes back into the squad and says, hey, why am I not playing? No, you're not being self-aware, my brother. You're out of form, and there are players who are better than you in your position right now. So I want to see if the manager is going to show some leadership of his own and apply that same logic to his captain. Because I do believe that a motivated Martin Odegaard coming back into the squad trying to earn his spot back will play better. And that in turn benefits the entire squad and benefits the football club. 18 likes. Big up the Static, man. Big up the Static. We should get to 20. Hopefully we get to 20 likes by the end of the show. But big up to all 18 of you who have hit the like button. Greatly appreciated. I'll take Hansi Flick. Yeah, we're top manager, top manager. Man did a Spanish double, you know. Timber is definitely one of the best right backs right now. Hopefully he keeps going. Yeah, because the first chance that we got it out, like Eze should have scored in that first half, really. Because it was Timber who pinned that Atletico player and towed the ball off of him. Nani came in and dribbled and played that diagonal pass to Eze. But Eze kind of paused for a little bit. He didn't, he wasn't quick enough to get to the ball. He either needed to be quick on it to get that shot off before the defender blocked it, or dummied it because Moreno was behind him with a wide open goal. Yeah, I was the Conte type when I could actually run. Didn't have legs like that guy, but I could actually run. The Army fitness test, I usually run my 2 miles in about 11 minutes in my prime. Most people average like 14 to 15. I used to run it in 11. And that's after doing the push-up and the sit-up and the pull-up events. Man, I used to be in top-notch shape, man. Because when I tried out for Calderbrun FC, shit. That man had us doing some serious laps out there. Big up to BBK, says Mark Canamber. I hope we change managers soon because we have a stacked team and that can play good football. With Mikhail, we have a mentality of a tiny club. Victor will poor football and don't even get the cup. But we're getting the cups this year, Mark. Domestic double. I'm calling it. I am calling the EFL and the Carabao and the FA Cup. Calling both of them. Need both of them. I am. I'm saying we are doing the domestic double this year. If that happened to come with a champs or a prem, cool. But I think we clean up. Yeah, because I don't. In the cup, you really need to put a 4 or 5 game run together. We get the luck of the draw. Put me at Wembley with any one of the big 6, any one of the mid 6, and any of the bottom 8. I fancy us at Wembley, even with the Arteta tax. I said Martinelli has been dropped, but he's also fights his way back. I hear it. He does. Fight your way back into the squad. There's no pouting. There's no why am I not playing, this and that. No, he's done. He's done well. And he loves a goal in Spain, doesn't he? He loves a goal in Spain. But what we can't do is just we can't do the midfield we did yesterday against Man City. I'm sorry. If we do that, I think we're in trouble. And I also want to see Ethan touch pitch without Odegaard coming off injured. I do. I think I'm so high on Ethan because I'm big on merit and performance. And the boy spent the entire Premier League campaign last year with limited minutes. Proving that he belonged in the Premier League. He did. Nem said, do I like basketball? I love basketball, my brother. Love basketball. Absolutely love it. Actually, do an NBA Wednesday show when the season starts. that's the backdrop I use for my NBA Wednesday show. But yeah, I do an around the league show. I do all the leagues. But yeah, I love basketball. I'm a New York Knicks fan. It's one of my passions. Um, Big up AJ again. So Taryn, this is something I haven't seen before with Chelsea. Went unbeaten last season and did the domestic treble. Yet I believe Rene will win the league. That shows something. Yeah, imagine Rene does the Champions League again. You know, big up to Rene. Rene is doing the madness. 20 likes. We got him. We got him. Wahaha. Big up to you, bro. Big up to Wahaha. We're on 21 likes. Hey. Thank you, people. You're far too kind. I'm sure one year we scored more goals than Odegaard. He did. He did. He did. Odegaard scored 3 Premier League goals last year. 3. He had 3 goals and 8 assists as the starting attacking midfielder for Arsenal Football Club. So this is what I'm saying. I don't know why he is rushing. We're rushing him back at Anfield when Ethan was there, when Eze was there. And I think he starts against Man City. I really do. He got hurt against Leeds. 6 days later, didn't even train. Played at Anfield. So between now, he didn't play yesterday, wasn't in the squad. So now he's had more rest. Because we played Tuesday, Sunday. I actually think he plays against Man City. I do. But yeah, that's a great point, Caps. Mark again says, I would like to see Cesc take time to watch Como play. Do you not mind the scoreline? But your style of play should come out. Our team, because his view of the game is closer to Wenger, always forward. Yeah, I think Cesc is going to do well at Como, but I'm against any of our former players coming back to coach the football team because I want to remember Cesc for breaking through as a 16-year-old and being one of the best passers of the football that we've ever seen at that age, captain Arsenal at that young age. I don't want to see Patrick come to the Emirates. I don't want to see TT at the Emirates. I don't want to see Cesc. I want us to go get someone with no emotional attachment to the club, someone who's going to look at the squad for what it is, like a cold case detective, and make the best decision for the club. I am a fan of Los Angeles. The Clippers or the Lakers? Godfrey said the Grizzlies. I will be there. Big up to Ja Morant and that. I think the Grizzlies just traded Desmond Bain, didn't they? I actually rate Bain. I think he's a good player. Just needs some height. If he was 2 inches taller, man, 2 to 4 inches taller, he'd be a monster. I'm interested to see what happens to Eze's game on the left if he was shouting at him for playing the ball forward. I'm actually gonna go back and look at that. If anyone has a clip of that, you could send it to my Instagram, BBK Sports 23. I'd love to see it because I want to see what the context is around. Because as a coach, I used to yell at my players. I wasn't always mad at them. There wasn't always mad yells. I used to yell at them when I was happy. Good fucking job, Mike. But yeah. Grizzlies, cringiest team in the NBA. Cringiest. I don't know. Cringiest might be the Lakers, with their smug head coach, JJ Redick, with his unqualified ass, and LeBron, who's always flopping and crying. I'm just in it for the vibes. Wow. Yeah, it's all vibes. No wonder you picked them and us. Wahaha is on a full troll mode this morning. Big up to Grimsby. They won yesterday. Wahaha. Grimsby, you played yesterday when you should have. And Grimsby beat their team. The Man United Slayers are through to the next round of the FA Cup. Yeah, I'm saying it with chest. Rene is winning the league of the champions. Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, the Lake Show, yeah? Yeah, I think the Lakers are the cringiest team in the NBA right now, man. Yeah. Yeah, man, we're talking about a dynasty when they're in the second round. Oh, yeah. He did. Well, Haha knows his basketball, Okay. Yeah. Hey, make sure you tune in for the NBA Wednesday show. Haha. Love for the love, my guy. What did you make of Gabrielle? Yeah, I think Gabrielle's forehead is made of concrete. My God, like the front of your head, the back of someone's head, and they leave the car crash with more damages. Yeah, imagine you crash into the back of someone. You expect some damage to your front end. Man, Gabriel didn't have a scratch, bro. And Gyökeres was concussed. Like, what? Oh, goddamn. Man have like a hard coconut. My God. LeBron just retired after that. Yeah, he needs to, man. He needs to. But, he's gonna take what he's gonna do is take a whole nother season and just do some more stat padding, so he can, because he can't stack pad the championships to get to where Mike and Kobe was. So he'll just stat pad the points, the assists, and all that stuff. But yeah, that's what he is. And the stupid dancing led by Ja and Brooks. Jeez, I don't know why you making a case. You making a good case for the for the cringe. I'm not gonna lie. Marvin Hangler, RIP, Concrete Head. Yeah, man, he was. But Gabriel, that's your center back. That's your leader. He's vicious. He is violent, beautiful violence, not throwing hands violence. Right? Remember, it was him that they say who injured Moreno's shoulder in training session last season. Gabriel doesn't fuck about. When he goes in the air, he's taking no prisoners. He's taking no prisoners. He is killing everyone. Nems, I see your comment. I'm not even gonna put that on the screen, but big up to you every single time. Yeah, that was LeBron. I'll put this one up though. I'll put this one up. I think LeBron is the best of his generation, but GOAT, nah. Gabriel should be captain. He wore the armband yesterday, did he not? I think he did wear the armband yesterday. So this is what I'm saying, Gunner for life. An opportunity is there for Arteta to move on. Move on with your captain, because no one can argue that Gabriel can't wear the armband. He's earned it. Man scores the goals. He keeps the clean sheets. He commands the defense. He commands the defense that we call the best defense in Europe for 3 seasons running. 3 seasons, we're saying. So, competence gets compensated. So we reward him for that with the armband. I want to hear shit about they all voted for Odegaard. Yeah, that just means they like him. They like him. There's a big difference between being respected and being liked. You want your captain to be respected, not liked. And Gabriel is respected, not only in the Arsenal team, around the league and throughout Europe. Who the hell respects Odegaard in football? Really? You're going into a tough football dragged out slugfest. Gabriel commands respect because you have to go up against him in the box and you might catch an elbow. We look better without him. Facts. We win without him. We've scored 9 Premier League goals this season. 7 of them we scored with him off the pitch. I'm not saying that's completely down to him, but there is some correlation there. There is. Trade Odegaard for Morgan Rogers, please. I would trade him for a left winger because I actually think we have Skelly who can do exactly what Morgan Rogers does for Villa. I think we have our own Morgan Rogers in our team. Yes, this part. I did see Alba. Alba wearing number 91. Alba still playing. They were robbed. Marseille were robbed. They did not. That was not a pen. That was a classic home game at the Bernabeu call. That was not a pen whatsoever in any league. Steph ain't got the support of the league that LeBron has and has a better record with the same number of rings. Yeah. And this is one of the reasons why I say LeBron is not the GOAT. Because Steph Curry was drafted in 2009. LeBron was drafted in 2003. So you can't let someone who was drafted 6 years after you catch you up with rings. Yeah, man. So you had a 6-year head start, and he caught you up. Brother. LeBron ain't even play at Rucker Park. And he ain't even entered the dunk contest. Big up to Jason Guna. Hope you enjoy your Earth Strong the other day, my bro. Was it 91? It was 90-something. I thought it was 91. Yeah, I'll be wearing Dennis's number. Can't say Dennis is like, No, but yeah. Now, I think they like him. I think the Arsenal players like him. That's why they voted for him to captain. Oh, we like him, so we're going to vote for him. He's going to let us. We used to have, when I played for Calton FC, we used to have the captain-led practice. And if you like the captain, Whenever the captain lets practice, shit, my session was 1 hour when we were done. So they like him. I'm pretty sure a lot of those Real Madrid players did not like Sergio Ramos, but they respected the shit out of him. And I'm sure a lot of those Man United players in the 90s didn't like Roy Keane, but they respected him. Not everyone in the Arsenal team liked Patrick, but they respected it. You want your captain to be respected. Fuck being liked. Oh, I got plenty of reasons, Nems. I got plenty of reasons. Matter of fact, I'll do that when the NBA starts, my NBA Wednesday show, and make sure you tune in for that because I'm here for it. It's a pretty easy argument for me. And that's one of them. There's many. Yeah. If Steph Curry gets ring number 5, he's better than Magic. Ooh, shit. Hey, yeah, listen, people. Make sure you, man, tune in for the NBA Wednesday shows whenever it comes back. Like that. Yeah, because Roy told them they were shit. If they were shit, just ask Rio. Yeah. You think Odegaard is going to go over to Martinelli and be like, you're playing shit? No, I don't think he would. But look at yesterday. We kept a clean sheet, won the game 2-0. But look at Gabriel's performance when men were out of line, out of step. He commands the defense. Commands it. Hey, tuck in. I saw him yelling at Calafiori many a times. Many a times. And when he made that mistake, and he defended the mistake after he gave the ball to the Bilbao player, the entire team surrounded him and was like, hey, we got you, Capo. We got you. You're the boss. You make mistakes too. You cover for our mistakes every day. So we'll cover for you. That's what it is. I can have it. I'm here for it. But big up to the chat, man. This chat is legendary, Odegaard is just like Arteta. No balls. Nims? All right, Nims. Don't talk about my team now. Don't talk about my team. Just you said that, but because I'm sensitive about my New York Knicks, even though I'm sensitive, and you said that, I'll give you a slap. Let's give you one slap. Don't talk about my team like that. We are good now. We're back into the playoffs and conference finals and that. The next step is the NBA finals, which we're getting to this year. Didn't Odegaard do that to the Belgian player named slipped my mind? Belgian player that plays for Arsenal, Trossard. I'm not. Yeah, slipped my mind too, man. I'm not sure. I am not sure, but yeah, I've left yesterday's game with a couple of questions that I will, moving forward to the weekend, I will need help answering from the community. One of the questions is who starts? Is it Saliba? Is it Mosquera? That's the first question. The second question is is the 3 DMs starting to become a pattern in tough away games? And 3, can we beat Man City with Moreno, Odegaard, and Zuberman in midfield? Those are three pressing questions that I have that gives me pause. I don't have the answers to, but Sambi, Lakanga, gotcha. Yeah, man, one slap. Can't talk about the New York Knicks. Oh, no, not on my platform. Not on my platform, Nance. No. You will show respect to the Knicks. No midfielder always on. Oh, okay. Sambi. Yeah, Sambi went on loan to Sevilla, Luton, and Palace, and couldn't lock down one of them. Saliba starts. No complaints there. Big up to Caps, man. Big up to you, man. Hope you are good. The Knicks are winning here. The Knicks, I don't say they're going to win it, Nems. I said the Knicks are getting to the NBA Finals this year. Milwaukee, ain't it? ACL over at in Boston. It's a clear path. To the final. I'm proud to say I never wore a purchase of a pair of LeBrons. Never had it either, man. Gunner for Life say, I've played one top tier team. We have played one top tier team and lost Let's see after City and Newcastle. Yeah, I'm predicting W's for both of those. Score lines to follow. Score lines to follow. But this toxic and negative guy, yeah, I've yet to predict that the Arsenal lost this season. Even that damn KP, that K Pasposa that was in here earlier talking shit. Big him up still every single time, Kate, my brother. But even he hasn't predicted all Arsenal wins. He predicted a draw. So all these toxic positivity merchants, they don't have any chest. Yes, I predicted we'd win at Anfield. You damn right I did. But I think the team is good. But I didn't think the team was good. What reason would I have to be mad at Arteta? The team is shit, then the team is shit. You know? Marino isn't a DM. That's why you always see. So you missed the stream earlier. Well, I tell you what, he's not a 10. He's a CM. That's what he is. He's a classic central midfielder. But when you play him in an attacking space, we have players who are better than him there. Ethan is better than him there. Eze is better than him there. So I hear it. I hear that he's not a DM, but he's not a AM. He's a CM. He's a classic central midfielder. Can we beat Man City with 3 central midfielders? Because we didn't beat Liverpool with it. I personally want Mascara to start. I'd love to see the young man get rewarded for his 3 consecutive 8 out of 10 performances. Yeah, the Knicks fans are wild. We won 2 playoff series, and them man we're climbing the traffic lights in New York. But that's that's what happened when you're starved. If we want to win convincingly, start Ethan. Yeah, they're gonna have Foden in their midfield. We need to have our own techie runner with the ball. Drop your shoulder and get man. Nems. All right, Nems. You just keep wanting to get slapped up. That is not happening either, Mems. No, not like do you think Arsenal are going to beat City? Yeah, I do. I've yet to predict the Arsenal loss this season. This is how steep the Arteta tax is, and this is how good I think the team is. I don't think City are that team anymore, so to speak. But I do think we'll beat City. The same way I said, I think we'll beat Liverpool if Eze starts. If Eze doesn't start, we lose the game. Now, surely Eze starts in this game. Where he starts is kind of a concern, but not backing down the assembled. I am not. I think we beat City. Mascara should start on merit, but he will drop him for Saliba. He will rotate him for Saliba is what the narrative will be. It won't be dropped. Dropped sounds harsh. Now the Lakers can only win if LeBron fucks off. True. And I hold this same energy right here, Wahaha, for Portugal's national team. The same energy right here. As long as they're forcing the ball to Ronaldo, trying to get him to score more goals, Portugal won't win the World Cup. But would they get him out of the team? Or if they stop starting him, he can be in the squad. But when they're starting him every game, it makes Portugal very easy to defend. I see the Pacers doing good things this year, but without Hallie, it will be complicated. And this is what I'm saying. Achilles to him, Achilles to Tatum, Dame Achilles back in Portland, Milwaukee. This is what I'm saying, Marco Longo. I think the Knicks have a clear shot. But hey, the chat has basketball knowledge, so I'll be Wahaha, Mark, Nems, AJ. I'll be looking for all of y'all when the NBA Wednesdays kick back up. I might have to change the day, but I will not stop doing my NBA show because basketball is a thing for me. But and even then, only because of Luka. Yeah, Luka's cooking. When Saliba back, with Saliba back, he starts. I wouldn't mind Mascara starting as well. Yeah, facts, Godfrey. Thanks, man. I do. I think he is class. I think Luka going from Dirk Nowitzki to Luka in basketball, it's kind of like when the Indianapolis Colts went from Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck. It's just you go from one Hall of Fame superstar to another, and it lines up perfectly. I agree. He's a CM, yeah. But when they try to, Mourinho Dino, and he's gonna do this and that, he's not. He's a classic CM, which is what the Spanish Federation prided themselves on. Yep. Does Spain have players better than him there? Yeah, I think Olmo is better than him there. I think Olmo plays further up the pitch for Barcelona, and Newcastle is going to learn that tomorrow. And plus, Gabby Pedri are a mainstay in their midfield. Who they are classic CMs, but and they have more pace. They have more pace than Moreno. Gunner for life. Send to the positive message to the squad. The defense should remain the same. I can hear it. No change, but some continuity there. Adam Wharton is wanted by Real Madrid. Who won him over Zubamendi? Oh wait, man, yeah, you did. You've been calling that for the longest, AJ. Consistently, you've consistently said that. Can't lie there. And Gunner for life agrees. Luca looks a lot fitter, but his game is regressing into foul baiting. It's something the league should look into. Not makes it so easy to get free throws. Yeah. The thing is, Luca will get into shape before the season starts, but then the season starts, he'll eat burgers and drink beer, and then he'll pudge up again. Because Luca's big body is part of his game. Now, how he backs people down and does that one step, that back step off the 1 foot three, which is unstoppable. I don't think if Luca slims down too much, that actually helps his game. Because he's been this big for time, and he still averages 32. So if he goes 3, can't say DMs because AJ, he's not a DM. If they go 3 CMs, we lose 2-1. If Ethan starts in the 10, we win 2-1. Yeah, prediction coming with the warm up on the waffle down, but I do think we win. Because man was spinning and faking men out in his first 2 seasons like he was nobody's business. He was. Okay. I'm gonna put this on the screen, and then you get 2 slaps. Man, come on, Nems. Nems is trying to wind me up, As they at Cam Martinelli, wide have to use him if he's producing. It doesn't happen often, but he only produces in a certain capacity. He doesn't. Now, even the season before last, when we beat Man City at the Emirates, Martinelli scored the winning goal, but he came on as a sub. This is when he's at his best. When he comes on as a sub. If you start Martinelli, you are letting the right back of the opposition team off the hook. You have to use Eze to keep him honest and tire him out. And then Martinelli comes on against tired legs, and then he cooks. He cooks. Well, this is true, Nems. You don't get a slap for this one because this is actually true. It's either them or Boston. Gunnar for laughs said, Jason Guna, I agree. Eze in the 10, Martinelli in the left, but he won't play the same team he did yesterday, minus Mascara. I don't want Martinelli on the left. I don't want. We've seen enough of that. Let's not get blinded by the late goal heroics. He has to come on the pitch against tired legs. Don't want to see him. No. We can't just get we can't just get the stinker of Anfield out of our heads already, yeah? Or the stinker at Man United out of our heads already because he scored a goal yesterday. Let's, dig up the Yaga P. Wasn't sad for me. I hate everybody in Indiana. I hate every Indiana Pacer. Reggie Miller, packed teeth, pussy. I can't stand them. So yeah, I wasn't sad. Wasn't happy. Wasn't celebrating, but I wasn't sad. Especially because I lived in OKC for 3 years as well, so I have some affinity there. But Indiana, they can fuck off. They can go fuck right off. Has anyone heard any news on Gyökeres yet? Yeah, I think he has a gash. But I think he'll be fine. Yeah, it happens. We've seen players wrap their head all the time, but I think he'll be okay. I just hope they don't milk it, and then the manager has an excuse to bench him. But you can't bench him. Man has 3 goals in 4 Premier League games. You play him. We bought him for this. They'll have Haaland. We'll have Gyökeres. They'll have Foden. We'll have Ethan. They'll have Doku. We got Eze. I think they play Bernardo Silva on their right wing. I hope they do that. I hope he doesn't play Slovenia because Slovenia actually cooked Calafiori the last time he faced them. So play Bernardo out wide because he was slowing down their attack. No, he's going to start Eze. The front line is going to be the same. Eze, Gyökeres, and Madueke. But no Moreno. Play Ethan. Put Zubimendi and Declan Rice in front of the back four, the best defense in the league, and you let Ethan do Ethan. Then you can bring Martinelli on the left and put Eze in the 10 if you take off Ethan. Yeah, I can't, man. I can't. If I knew how to change fans, I would have changed a long time ago. These damn shit years that Arsenal have been giving us. Eze in the 10, please, 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 with Cherry on top, you know? So Eze is there to tear the defender for Martinelli, to tire the defender, Martinelli to cook. Interesting thing. Yeah. Because that's what Martinelli, against tired legs, he is dangerous. And I used to say this when we were linked to Zaha when Emery wanted him. Because Zaha will make defenders tired. Then Martinelli comes on and finish the game if need be. But just go and look at Martinelli's goal at the Bernabeu in the 96th minute. He comes on. Everyone is tired. Moreno gets the ball, just plays it in the space, and he's rapid. Through on goal. Yes, BBK. One goal don't change nothing. Keep Martinelli on the bench, then make him a sub later on in the game. Yeah. Keep that fire. I can take it. I can take a cooking, Nems. You know, I got thick skin. You know, I'm a big boy. So yeah, cook on, my brother. Cook on. Thank you for being here. He won't start Ethan. No way. I wouldn't mind Ethan starting. Yeah, I don't think he will. The Knicks are good, bro. What are we talking about? Bro? But speaking of Martinelli, and then even though he should be on the bench, I will give him credit for this because I see a lot of people saying that it wasn't a clinical finish and it was straight at the goalkeeper. Yes, it was. You are right. However, I have coached players and I've also been coached. If you're going to go central, if you're not going to pick a corner, and Unai Simon is the number one starting goalkeeper for Spain. He keeps our goalkeeper on the bench. Pretty good goalkeeper. I'm going to give Martinelli credit for the run. He timed his run perfectly, for the touch to take it away from the defender, and the finish. Yes, it was at the keeper. However, it was hard and low, which is what we coach players to do. Hit it hard and low because it's much more difficult for a goalkeeper to get down on the ground because gravity moves slower than this. Because if he put it in the air, he can put his arm out and stop it. He goes to the ground at this speed. Puts his arm up at this speed. Hard, low, he couldn't get down on time. It goes underneath him, and he goes. So I'm not going to give Martinelli any slack. The run was brilliant, perfectly timed. The touch was beautiful to take it away from the defender. But hard and low, you beat the keeper most of the time, 8 out of 10 times. And he did that, so big up to him. We've been good for 2 seasons now, Nems. And going into a third. Hit it close to the keeper. Hard and low. And it bang. It went in. The proof is in the pudding. People, I'm going to leave you there. I was supposed to be an hour. But you people are just absolutely off the chain with these comments. Absolutely love it. Big up to every single one of you. It's time to go get these damn x-rays to look at these screws. Some therapy, some talk with the doc. Should be back on the pitch, man. Should be back on the pitch in 2026 kicking some ball. But big up to every single one of you. Big up to the Waffle Don. Big up to Nems, Gunner for Life. Big up to Godfrey, Suj, Wahaha, Yaga P, AJ, my mod, every single one of you who tuned in earlier. Quaja, BX Gunner. Love for the love, people. Like I always say, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.